Good morning. This morning I wanted to talk a little bit about my love-hate relationship with education. Now, the mornings start really well and I give the kids a great foundation. This morning was particularly good. Everything went exactly according to plans. And my son woke up. He gave me the perfect segue. I didn't even have picked out what to teach them today yet, but he says, Mom, I had the craziest dream about, it was just a little bit of snow, but it turned into a huge avalanche and it crushed our house. And I'm like, you're not the only one to dream something like that. And we talked about it for a while, and one thing led to another. And of course, most of you are probably familiar with the King Nebuchadnezzar's dream about the stone, and then how Daniel had a vision of it. Anyway, we got to listen to the scriptures. Of course, I still had to see. Now, this is where we're getting into the love-hate relationship. I had to pause it several times and explain what they're saying. Now, they probably know, but I think it's great for them to hear the actual words. And then I thought that's what a teacher does. It interprets what they're hearing, because it's important. It's the same thing as my son likes to watch closed caption when he watches videos, because he doesn't absorb everything. He understands the words when he hears them, but then when he reads them, for some reason, it clicks or something and he understands. Anyway, that's what I do. I pause and I say, so what happened here was, because some of the language and things aren't familiar to them. And it's good that they're hearing and reading. They actually go and they read themselves and they hear somebody reading it. So they're getting their auditory, their visual. And then I summarize what we just heard about. Tends to veer off on other subjects, which is okay. That I don't hate. Anyway, so we ended up talking about that instead of he wanted to talk about, well, we let him talk too because he had a vested interest, but it was cool because he could see how he was having a dream like the king. Anyway, I don't know what connections were being made or what he was thinking about, but at least I was presenting things and doing what a teacher should do. Then my daughter is another story altogether. That's where the hate part comes. She was just very, very contentious, and just, I would ask her specific questions like, why is your hair not brushed? She goes, he kicked me. I'm like, okay, so why is your hair not brushed? He kicked me. Why do you not have your backpack on yet? And why is your hair not brushed? Because he kicked me. And then I told her, I said, well, because he kicked you, your hair isn't brushed. Well, why isn't your hair brushed right now? He isn't kicking you. Your hair still isn't brushed. Anyway, it was just her whole mentality. It's like I do my best to prepare them in the morning, and I teach them all these things. And they're learning a lot of really awesome things at school. They come home and they're so excited, they tell me about all the things, but I'm really working on them having a good, peaceful, happy day all day. And the thought came to me, I spend all my time after they come home from school unteaching them all the things that they learned from their peers. Now, it's very important for them to have social interaction and to learn things from society and all, but Mary is not naturally very contentious or whiny, but whenever, in the summer, she doesn't do that at all. But as soon as she starts going to school and hanging around her kids at school, she comes home and she cries about everything, and she has to have her way, and things have to be done a certain way, otherwise it's not right. And I'm like, okay, I have to undo. I don't know what the kids are teaching her at school, but she's learning that if she behaves a certain way, then something happens, and that is not what I'm teaching her. And I'm trying to get her out of the mindset that, yeah, somebody kicked you. She's just waiting. She has to have me say, oh, you were kicked, and then I